I know I ain't the only one that finds it weird that they put like regular commercials in between the trailers now, but I just got out of watching the Fantastic Four First Steps, and man, Marvel has been going through the ringer the last 5 years, and this year they've been doing pretty damn good as far as the movie releases go. They still have to kind of really finish off this multiverse saga with now the Fantastic Four. We got Spider-Man next year and Doomsday at the end of next year, and we got Secret Wars to look forward to. We also know that they are building towards a reset in like the next 7 years or so. Very interesting stuff here, but man, a lot was riding on this movie. You know what I'm saying? Just not only it being like the third time them trying to make a Fantastic Four movie that works and just fits with just everything that's going on. This is the first time we're seeing the Fantastic Four within the MCU. We have seen previous ones from the Fox universe, you know what I'm saying, with Deadpool and Wolverine. But anyways, yeah, I'm not going to go into any spoilers. You can definitely tune in this Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking about Fantastic Four and all of its spoilers. I'm just going to give you my first impressions, like first out of theater kind of thoughts and whatnot, and where do I stand now with the MCU moving forward. Before I give you that, let's just talk about this. Now, man, this movie has the most interesting aesthetic to an MCU movie we have seen, I think, ever, to be honest, because they go for this 60s kind of Jetsons futuristic alternate like kind of timeline. It's Earth 828, and the Fantastic Four are the only heroes in this universe, similar to like Tobey's Spider-Man and, you know, the X-Men. You know, they're the only heroes in their universe, which was really interesting and very interesting approach to kind of bring in this Fantastic Four team into the MCU, because you couldn't just, you know, say that they always existed, but they was just never got involved. You have to make all this kind of make sense. You have to bring in the X-Men in a certain way. You got to bring in the Fantastic Four, and I feel like the multiverse saga was the best way to kind of bring that in. Regardless of how you feel about it, yes, it was messy getting here and stuff like that, but I feel like when Marvel is cooking, they be cooking, bro, and they've been cooking lately. And I'm really excited because it's been a while, and one thing about this movie, just about the casting, everybody was cool. Eobard, you know what I'm saying, oh girl that's playing Sue Storm, drawing blank on her name, goddammit, but Joseph Quinn, great. Pedro Pascal has definitely been like the most controversial casting of this. He is great as Reed Richards in this, because I really like, you know, they really focus on the family aspect of the Fantastic Four, you know, with Sue and Reed dealing with the fact that Sue is pregnant. They're bringing a kid into this world, but also they are these celebrities, and it's interesting how they treat them in this world. And I like how they frame it, where in the beginning they kind of give you this whole recap of just the history of the Fantastic Four. I thought that was really fucking cool, and all their different villains, and they really break down their world very well in this movie. And for how short this movie is, it's really well paced. I didn't feel bored at any time. And like I said, the family dynamic is really dope, because you're now dealing with Sue having a kid, and now you have this big looming threat that comes out of nowhere with the Silver Surfer, played by Julia Gardner, which she was really dope in this, man. Like, this was another controversial aspect of this. Everybody's like, oh, of course they're going to do the female Silver Surfer, but it's like, it's an alternate universe, so why wouldn't you just use this version? So then we get the main Silver Surfer in the MCU, and he pretty much exists. And I feel like they're going to kind of play around with that in the near future, because there's definitely hints of that. I'm not going to spoil what that is. We could talk about that in spoilers. But like I said, I like Sue and I like Reed and their dynamic and how Reed thinks. You know, he's very smart, very soft-spoken. He's not brash or anything like that. He's a little bit of a narcissist, definitely, that comes out. And, you know, he's too smart for his own good. And I think Pedro does a really good job of displaying it, like where he gets to these points where he's frustrated, where he's like, man, I just can't simply figure this out, until he does figure it out. You know, it's crazy to be that smart and still be frustrated when you don't have the answers and stuff like that. Sue was a really dope character because she is the mom, you know what I'm saying? She is the talker, where Reed isn't much of a public speaker, where, you know, Sue is really really dope at that, and people really like her. She has a really likable personality. Johnny, Joseph Quinn, fantastic. Joseph Quinn and Eban have to start doing movies together, because they have great chemistry, and I really like how they have this like kind of bromance, and what Eban brings to the Thing character, just bringing that to life, and even kind of bringing that bear persona, like the bear persona that he has as Richie in this. And, you know, that's really dope. And I like that, going back to Johnny real quick, that he is not like this bumbling, fumbling idiot. He also contributes. He's just not as smart as Reed, but he's smart. Like, he has his own thing that he's trying to figure out in this movie as well. So everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, but together you kind of see, when they work as a team, you really can't fuck with them. They're strong for a team. Like, I really feel like they would give the Avengers a run for their money, especially with like somebody as smart as Reed, because what he's doing in this is really smart, and just how fast and efficient he works, and he's able to get things done. He's very much like Tony, and I would have loved to see a back and forth between like Tony and Reed, because just those two smart people in the room, and just how funny that would be was really dope. The visuals were really good in this movie as well. Galactus was really a presence in this. Like, that's not a spoiler, Galactus is in this, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what he does in this movie. But what he wants is Sue's child, Franklin Richard, because there's something about Franklin's character that, you know, Galactus needs. And Galactus, I can't wait to see more of him. I definitely think that they're setting him up to be a very big bad when he comes. I definitely think that they're setting him up for something big in the future. I don't know if it's going to be in the near future, like an Avengers movie or something like that, like if he's going to pop up in Doomsday or Secret Wars, which would be fucking insane. But I think they're going to save him for something, you know. But this is like the subtitle says, you know, with the Fantastic Four, these are good first steps. This is a step in the right direction for Fantastic Four, finally, you know. And this is a right step in the direction for Marvel. And what I like about this movie, it just feels so completely different from anything that Marvel has put out in the last 5 years. Even comparing things from the Infinity Saga and stuff, like, it really stands out. And I think if we stay on this trajectory with Marvel and stuff, I think they can get back on the right track. I think they're starting to listen to people and hear the complaints. I think it's still going to take time to kind of see that. It's not going to happen immediately. We still got to see these movies and see how they play out, because there's a lot of work to still be done. But I think, and I feel like I'm confident enough to believe in Marvel. I know it's crazy to kind of say, but I feel like I think that they're confident that they're going to land this plane with not only Doomsday, but with Secret Wars, and kind of right this ship and get people back on board, because people definitely showed up. This movie is definitely going to do very well. I will be surprised to see a lot of people coming out of this complaining or, you know, calling it woke. I could definitely see certain scenarios, and that's just people being naive or just being ignorant to, you know, who these characters are, because these characters all are very strong, very much so. You know what I'm saying? Sue is very strong. All these characters, none of them ever felt weak or underused. They all played their part. But I want to talk about this more with y'all in spoilers, because this is definitely one of those movies I cannot talk about without mentioning spoilers. So definitely, once again, make sure you tune in on my channel Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, if you get around to checking out the movie, let me know your thoughts. Did it meet your expectations? Did it go over your expectations? Did it disappoint you? Once again, let me know all your thoughts. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.